Morning, everyone. Morning, chat. Morning, traders. How we doing, guys? Hopefully well. Morning to Yanni, Mr. Pro FX. Calling it to you, Mr. Chatterjee, Terrapin Pipper. I like that. And Elijah, good to see y'all. And everyone else joining us. Good to have everybody here. Welcome to the U.S. Pre-Market Live session. Let's get the webcam. Pow. Looks pretty decent. Looks better. I'm kind of adjusted the lighting, so I'm trying to see how that is looking. Yeah, I dig it. Cool. All right, sounds good, Mike. Okay, also appreciate it. Hello to you, Miss Actor. Good to see you as well. Welcome, everyone. Dark mode. Hope all is well. All is well. Hope the same to you. Sorry for not doing a Tuesday session. I did not sleep well Tuesday night. And I was not looking presentation live stream ready on Tuesday morning. So I was looking pretty rough. Only 4 hours of sleep. So I just did about an hour and a half trading. I actually didn't think I was going to trade all. I thought I was just going to do pre-market live for my members and then put in some option trades, and that was it. But I ended up trading for about an hour, and we got like, I don't know, maybe 5 or 6 trades rolling or something like that. Nothing too crazy, but some good trades. Trades are in the profit right now. So hello to you, Stefana, and hello to you, Chichen, and Lee. Good to see you as well. So. All right. So if you are new to the U.S. stock market session, so normally this is every Tuesday, but we're doing it this Wednesday. This is something I do for my trading masterclass members Monday through Thursday. So you're all getting a taste of it. Morning to you, Victor. And so what we do is we go over my pre-market approach to finding the best day trades for the day, filtering out things. There's about 30,000 stocks in the U.S. So how do you filter it? And that's what we go through that process. And we use our scanners and everything to do that. So our main scanner news filter service has been Benzinga Pro, which we use, and great service. I really like them a lot. And what we do is we basically go through the pre-market movers. This is the movers section here. And we look for anything that has about 600,000 in volume and above. Then we want to compare it to its average volume in relationship to, how is it performing over several days? How's the volume today in comparison to several days worth of volume averaged out? And then we want to look at the price action on the chart, do a quick analysis, see if it's got something juicy in the price action, and if there's a positive news catalyst. So those are the things that we're looking for. And we definitely got a fair amount. We're going to start off talking about Bitcoin. It's hard not to talk about Bitcoin. I can't remember. I don't know if members remember, but was it December or January we called 50K Bitcoin? Morning to you, business consultant. We call 50K Bitcoin. I think it's in December. It might have been early January. And then most recently we called where our prediction is 100K Bitcoin this year. So I believe that's what we're going to be seeing is 100K Bitcoin this year. So we're going to start about that. And we're also involved in some Bitcoin stocks, Mara, SOS. We've been trading Mara for a long time. And right now our average price is about 33 on Mara, and Mara is pre-market mid 40s right now. So it's up quite a lot. And SOS, which was actually a trade recommendation brought to one of our members, one of our profit members, Lewis Robertson, who's had a gangster last quarter, like up over 100% his count. And he showed us the results and just killing it. And so he spotted this trade recommendation in our private member webinar, and we took a look at it, and I was like, wow, I really like that. So I got involved, and it is just launched. Like he showed it to me around 650, 670, and it closed yesterday at 1184, and I think it hit as high as 16 pre-market. So very good trade spot by Lewis on that one there. Excuse the throat thing. Had a lot of congestion this winter. So, okay. So looking at the list here, 600K and above, that's pretty much MYT and above in terms of volume. And the ones that really stand out in terms of percentage wise, this is anti right here, but this chart just doesn't interest me. Sign, I already went this one, not that interesting. AKU, no. Sends, possibly. We'll take a look at this one here. I couldn't find any positive news catalyst. And we're only at 10% average volume here, so it's pretty low, whereas some of these are like 30%. We're long CBAT. So we will take a look at CBAT. AQMS, they had some positive news catalysts. Aqua Metals, I believe, is like a battery technology. They refine it or break it down, and they're moving into the lithium space. So they had a positive news catalyst, but it's already faded a fair amount of that. So we'll take a look at that chart a little later. CNET, I didn't see any positive news catalyst in the EBON. Maybe we should take a look at EBON. Yeah, it's already at 100% average volume. CLPS, I didn't see any positive news catalyst, but I like this chart so far. We'll take a look at the weekly and see if it's got enough to hold it. And SOS, this is a Bitcoin stock. It's already 1487. Yeah, our friend, our trader, our student recommended 670, and it's already over doubled in price. So quite a lot. So let's take a look at Bitcoin real quick. It's hard not to be long Bitcoin and love Bitcoin right now. And yeah, I think one of the biggest catalysts for this kind of breakout was the Tesla announcing that they have bought 1.5 billion in Bitcoin as part of their cash reserves, and then looking and taking payments on that. There's no way that's not going to open up Pandora's box of other companies not looking at using their cash reserves about it. Apple has something like 100+ billion in cash reserves. Like they have their own hedge fund. So that manages all their free cash. What would it be like for them to just put 5 billion in? And what would that do to the broader market? Wow. Sorry, throat and phlegm this morning. So Bitcoin, all signs are go right now. A nice uptick in volume last week, not huge, but volume is pretty stable. Hey, get out of here. Get out of here. I'm doing a presentation. Volume is pretty stable here with a few spikes, but it's pretty elevated compared to, this leading up to this in here. So with that being said, looking at Bitcoin, I am nothing but long Bitcoin right now. It's hard not to be that. If you look at the 4 hour, 1 hour, virtually the same. You could see the breakout structure. Why are you that color? You're the pen, not the pencil. So you can see this breakout structure. It's kind of, but it's trading with trend. So it's sloping up. It's hard not to be long that. And it just keeps getting bought up at VWAP, all the dips to VWAP. This is the anchored VWAP to weekly. All the dips kept getting bought, and now we've cleared out of that, and it's just holding right here, which to me, it seems like it wants to break out a little bit higher. I don't trade Bitcoin directly. I trade Bitcoin through Bitcoin stocks. I find it's better value per capital. So if I was to trade Bitcoin directly, I wouldn't mind a little pullback here. This is nice corrected pullback. The dips are being bought, as you can see as we zoom in. So you could see these dips, that dip was bought, and it could have been maybe because of that spike there. Maybe it's treating that as a floor, as like a new floor was a ceiling. But I'd like to see a, mild corrected pullback here, add to position, and then have this launch higher. That's kind of what I like to see in that one right there. And so far it's doing, impulsive corrected pullback. It's all part of the pattern. Order flow is still in balance. It's still strong to the upside. So I'm looking at, wow, this morning. So Mara, this is one of the stocks that were long. And yeah, our average price right now is 33. So it's right around here. Very similar to the Bitcoin chart, consolidation for a few weeks, broke out. It's pretty much identical. This is pre-market right now, 47. We are coming into some pretty high territory. So I was planning on taking profit on Mara at 50, buying at 33. So 50 is pretty, we're getting into some lofty territory here. You got this little spike here. You got some resistance here at 52. It's hard to trade against this trend. It's really hard to want to take profit in a trend that is so strong. But I also feel like it's kind of due for a pullback, and it may get a pullback, even though Bitcoin may continue higher. It may get a pullback. So I may try and hold for 55, but I think at that point, I'm going to lighten up the position, maybe take 2/3 profit, and then see if we can break through this 55. Because after that, you're talking 60 and potentially, this thing's got room to go. So if Bitcoin was to hit, 100K, I see this going to 100, which would be double. Yeah, I would think this would actually go to 100, which would double it. If Bitcoin was to double, basically, would this double in price? Yeah, probably about that. Yeah, I mean, if it could somehow make it to 151, that would be insane. That would be insane. So, just a lot going on in this one right here. Another one that we like. Let's see if there's any. And looking at the intraday chart real quick before we. Would I add? I would consider adding. Here, I got an alert here to let me know. So probably around 41, maybe around 44 and a quarter, 44 and a half, or sub 44. Those would be my add areas right there. But yeah, I'd like to see this break 50. So I'm going to set an alert for 50. And I'll set an alert for 44 and a quarter on that one there. That's all I'm looking on Mara. SOS. Great recommendation by Lewis. Nice job on that one there. Yeah, he spotted this here. And this is where it is right now. Just totally gangster setup. Where do I see this one going? So I'll probably start taking profit around 15. Yeah, 1590, just sub 1590. So let me put the alert just a little bit past it because we've cleared this and this. So I'll probably take a little bit of profit around mid 15s. But after we clear 16 and then 18, then we're looking at this little pocket right here. You know, this was it was double tapped. So we got more history here. It's a decent level. That's what, probably 2930. So for a stock to go to, gosh darn, all during a live stream. Lucky me. For a stock to go from, what is this, 2 weeks, from $4 to 30, usually there is some sort of profit taking. You know, people that were early adopters in at $2, $3, $4. I'm guessing they're going to probably take some profit here. So I'll probably take some off the board. I wouldn't mind seeing this rip though to, if we can make it past 30, where would be, yeah, God, it's got so much sky ahead of it. There's just very little resistance between 30 and 37, 40 area, 44. I wouldn't mind getting out of 50. That would be a nice, that'd be a gangster trade. That'd be a gangster trade. So looking at places we can add to this one here. Let's look at 1 hour. I wouldn't mind adding a 12 weekly VWAP. That would probably be first location. I don't see us getting a dip all the way down to 8. If we did, I would add at 8, but I think 12 would probably be my first location. I think upon market open, this is going to trail up a little bit. So maybe 12.75, 12 and 3/4, maybe 13. But yeah, I don't see this dipping all the way back down to 8. So I think dips to 12 or 13 will be bought. So I wouldn't mind adding somewhere between 12 and a quarter and 13. That would be my first allocation. But we're already long. Our average price right now is 8, I think, as of yesterday. So we're up, I don't know, was that another $6? That's literally like an 80% gain in the last, 2 days. So nice job to Lewis on spotting this trade. Lewis is one of our kind of star members. So, okay, looking at some of the others on the list here, and then we'll get to open Q&A. We got time. We got 15 minutes to open market open. CLPS, this was here. Again, I didn't see any positive news catalyst. So pretty big ramp in probably like Asia, early US, like late Asia close. We are over 12 times average daily volume. So, but I just could not find, let's see if anything's popped up since then. Oh, okay. Its technology subsidiary signed a vendor deal with a U.S. digital payment platform. Didn't say which payment platform. If you signed a vendor deal, either they don't want to announce it yet, like they're not legally allowed to, or they don't want people to know and they're trying to use it to ramp. Because if you signed a deal with like PayPal or something like that, you'd want that to be known. That would just skyrocket the stock price. So I don't know why they're not letting people know what that is. That's a weird one to me. So one thing about CLPS that I noticed just consistently, other than a few rips like this, the rips fade a lot. Look at all these on the weekly chart here. Look at all these intra-week rips. Fade, 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 fade. So it's not something that sustains it. And I'm not seeing a big buildup in volume, just these random spikes. I would lean towards a fade play on this one here. Maybe an intraday fade play. We are pretty high pre-market, but I think if it can get to like 13 or 14, that would, around there, that would be a potentially decent fade play. But I don't like the fact that there's virtually no volume buildup. There's a little bit, but it's so minor compared to these weekly spikes. So yeah, and the weekly spikes and with the no buildup in price section, yeah, I lean towards a fade play on this one here. I'm not buying that it's going to sustain gains up here. That's just what I'm leaning towards on this one. We already went over SOS. Let's take a look at CBAT, which is on the list, and then we'll look at some cannabis stocks, some uranium stocks that I'm involved in. CBAT, what was your positive? Did you have positive news catalyst? I did not see any. This is part of the EV Tech. No, so nothing today. It was last week. So what's the volume on this? 4 million. Okay, so it's a third. It's over a third. It's almost 40% average daily volume. That's very strong pre-market. Consistently building. No volume buildup though yet. Yeah. I know we had some positive newscasts a little bit, but this is different than CLPS that it only faded, a few of these, but it's consistently building. Consistently, like no, just rip, fade, rip, fade, rip, fade. It's just building, building, building. So I think it's slowly attracting interest. It's not totally there yet. I'd like to see a pullback. Yeah. Okay. This is a little bit better now. Let's go to 4 hour. Okay. So it fades a little bit, but then it builds a base, makes a little bit higher, builds a higher base. Yeah. Okay. So it's consistent. So this is not one you want to trade on the breakout. It just doesn't seem to do that. Seems like you want to wait for maybe a pullback towards weekly view up on this one here. I'll look at 807. I'm already long, so I'm trying to think of where I'm long. But yeah, I'll wait for a dip on this one here, maybe to 8 or maybe 750 to add. And let this just slowly build its way up and work its way up towards, yeah, these prior highs here at 11. So that would be the play on this one. So this one might be a slow one. So maybe take out some options on this one. Maybe sell some cover calls would be a potential, play on this one here, in my opinion. Yeah, this is a slow builder. So don't expect this one to just rip. But if you like the company and like the tech, which I do, and I like the way they're going, yeah, this would be one of those. Next one on the list. Okay, so cannabis stocks, and then we'll look at EBON. Cannabis stocks had, as you know, about the GameStop attention. We took profit on Tilray. We were long. We made $30 per share. It was absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. Because we had been building position Tilray for a while. We took profit at like this rip. Like we literally top ticked the day. We were like, this 5-minute candle is when we took profit. And then it just dumped. And it did have one last rip in pre-market, but then by the time it opened, it was already well below where we sold. We sold at 64.70, 64.90 or something like that. I don't remember. It was somewhere, maybe 66. I don't remember. We literally sold this 5-minute candle and then it sold. And so it has not come back. But the bottom line is that now that the Wall Street bets and all that has been flushed out, is this a decent price to be getting long Tilray? Because I like the cannabis space. I'm long the cannabis space. And I'm expecting the cannabis space to perform very, very well this year. For me, this is a medium-term play for the year. And so being that we've gone from, in 1 week, 27 to 66, which is insane. Like doubled in a week and then faded most of it. You know, I think short term, I think you're going to see some downside pressure. I think there's a lot of people that got long, maybe even on this day, you know, they got long thinking this was going to ride higher. I think there's a lot of people that are long here and trapped because the rip into pre-market and then the fade, that's a very fast fade to go from 74 to 55 in one hour candle. I think there's some people that thought it was going to rip higher and it didn't. I think there's some trap traders on this one here. And I think they're slowly licking their wounds and taking, you know, closing out their positions right now. Because the bottom line is you have this. You have an impulsive sell-off with a corrective structure at the bottom that usually favors more downside. So I'm expecting Tilray to probably fade towards 25, which at that point I'll look to add to my position here. I'm a medium-term long. I'm long in the mid 20s, somewhere around here. I'll have to look at where my average share price is. But yeah, I feel like once it gets to here, it'll stabilize and then it should be a good value add for me at that point. So I think there's just a lot of trap traders right now that need to exit their positions, and then people will start accumulating again. So that's that one there. Afria, I'm long in this one. This one fared a little bit better, and it's bounced a little bit more off the lows. Tilray hasn't. You know, this found some pretty good interest around 15. Yeah, it got cut in half. Dip value buyers came in, said 15 is a good price. You know, we had a consolidation here, consolidation here. It's a good base. So short term, it looks like it may want to roll over. I think if we clip out this, then I think you'll probably see a dip into 18, maybe down to 15. If it gets 15, I'll add. And yeah, I'm holding this one long term. I think we'll be back at 30 before the end of the year. So this is my opinion on this one. I'm a long-term bull pretty much for, I would say, first half of this year, maybe the whole year. I will continue to build a free up positions on this one here. But I feel like if you ask me, like when I look at it myself, what are the chances that a FRIA, in my opinion, will be higher than $20 a share at the end of the year? I think it's very high. I think it's a very high probability, especially if they decriminalize in the US. So those are my cannabis plays. We've been making some plays in uranium stocks. We were long calls way back here. Sold our calls a little bit too early, sadly. So we like the uranium space. UUUU, I think, is one of the better plays here. I think you're going to see a push towards some nuclear tech, nuclear energy tech, and you need uranium for that. And supply is very limited right now. I think commodities as a whole are very underpriced, particularly rare earths, particularly, you know, uranium and other things like that. Lithium, I think, well underpriced right now. So we've started to build positions in uranium stocks. UUU is one of them. God, I'd love it to get back to 378, but I just don't see that happening. So I think earliest I wouldn't mind getting in at 5 or 5.25, which is right around here. That's this kind of pocket right there. So if we happen to get there, I'll definitely add to my position, but I think we're going to see a pretty big move up in uranium. So I'd like to get out, maybe take profit around 10, just sub 10, and see if we can get a move up to, I wouldn't mind getting a move up to 15 or maybe high 18. God, if we get to 20, that'd be gangster. But contrast this to, what was that, CLPS? Look at the buildup in volume. This is what you want to see. When you see a stock that is low and it's just hovering for a while and then it breaks out of a range, you want to see this buildup in volume, and then you want to see the volume hold. You know, that means there's a big, you know, influx of institutional interest, and other traders are coming in, the retail traders are coming in. So we're seeing that. We're seeing a very good buildup in volume on the breakout. I like that. That's what we want to see on the weekly chart. So I'll look at 540 as my first add point to add to my current position. And I'd like to see it clip 8. And if we can clip 8, then I think we make our way to 10. So that's what I'm saying on that. Let's do some. We wanted to look at how much time do we got. We got 5 minutes. I think we can do open Q&A. We can skip the E-bomb. Okay, Daniel K. Is that mostly because of the prior selling interest to the left of you on Mara? Remind me again what. Apologies after on work if I don't respond, but you'll be on my YouTube. I'm not sure what you're referring to there, Daniel. So, Daniel, I think you're a member. And if you are, post it in the members Discord and we'll take a look at it there. But yeah, so let me know. And have a good day at work. Jake wants to look at Sens BOPB. 5 minutes. Yeah, it's not bad. It was on the list here. It's pretty low on volume. Yeah, I mean, we're about a 10th of average daily volume. So it's not attracting a lot of institutional interest when I look at that. So I'd rather wait for a deeper pullback on this one here. Yeah, I'd rather wait for a deeper pullback. I'd look at maybe 534 as a potential, but because the volume's not there, I try and avoid breakouts when volume's just not there because they tend not to manifest too well. If the volume's there, great, but if not, then they tend not to hold because they're just not developing enough share interest to do that. BNGO, BINGO. Yeah, we're long this stock. We have this stock right now. We've been long for quite a while. I think we're long way back at like 12 or 11 or something like that. I have to look at what our average share price is. 1 hour. We'll look at 1 hour. What is pre-market on BNGO? Is it even on the pre-market list? Not even on the pre-market list. So volume is probably pretty low. Well, wait, hold on. Did I see it? No. No, it's not there. Let's see. Does this show pre-market in this area right here? What's happening? No chart. Yeah, I'm not seeing it. So pre-market volume is not gangster. It's kind of moving sideways. If this can hold, I think it's okay, but it looks like it wants to fade a little bit. You got this lower high here. It's now treating weekly VWAP as resistance. That's not the best sign. There are some intraday dips, like 14.5, 14 and a quarter. So it may fade a little bit here. But once it loses this, then I don't really see scooping it up until 13.5. So yeah, I'm already long in this one. I prefer to wait till 13.5. I don't really see this one as a breakout quite yet, and I'm not seeing the volume. Yeah, pre-market volume is pretty low. So it's not attracting a whole lot of interest. And we had a fade. This is good. Good, strong volume on the rip. We like that. Yeah, a little bit of fade in volume. Definitely lower volume profile than the prior day. So, yeah, looks like it wants to correctively pull back, maybe 13.5, 13.3. Then I would consider adding. So I have an alert, right around there to let me know once it gets close. 1.1 million. Okay, so what's its average? Yeah, its average is 55, or its average is 44. So yeah, I don't really see this one being it's not attracting a lot of pre-market interest. Did I just spill tea on me in a live stream? Nicely done. Just nailing it. Killing it. Okay, any last questions? We got 1 minute to the bell, and then I got to go to live trading with the members. So any last pre-market? Oh, sorry, Victor. What is your monitor setup? I recently upgraded to 35-inch curve monitor. Nice. Very nice. But I think I will scale down to 27. I have 327 curves. So I like the curves. I have Samsung. I used to be an LG guy. I still like LG. I had an LG HD TV as my last TV, but I'm just such a fan of Samsung. They've always, ever since 2014, I've been a Samsung guy. So I just really enjoy their monitors. So I have 3 27-inch curved. I am thinking about adding a fourth, but if I add a fourth, I'm debating, do I go like one of those big 39-inch, ones? The one thing about it going for a fourth, though, is that because of the 27s, it literally spans my entire desk. Like it's my wingspan. It's literally my wingspan. My monitors are my entire wingspan. So with that being said, if I did another one, I'd have to either turn a couple in vertical, but these don't turn and they don't work with the normal monitor mounts. So if I did go 4, I might have to scrap all 4 of these, which would be sad because I really like them and I only got them like a year ago. But yeah, I'm thinking about getting 4. So maybe doing like 3 27 verticals and then doing a 4th 39-inch wide or something like that. I just don't want to be looking up. I don't want to be like spending the majority of my day looking up like this. So maybe if I do the 4th, it would be kind of just like I look there occasionally. But then if I'm going to do that, why would I have a 4th if I'm only going to look there occasionally? So yeah, I'm in an in-between place about that. About getting a 4th. Yeah, there we go. There's the dip in bingo that we're kind of suspecting. Yeah, it looks short-term bearish right now. But I think dips will be bought. So yeah. Charity wants to look at the Nifty. Yeah, let's hear. Do I have the Nifty on the globals? I do have the Nifty. I like the Nifty. I love the Indian stock market. I like the price action. It's some of the best, some of the cleanest charts. Wow, there's a lot of lines here. Hey now, I'm doing a webinar. Wow, is this all-time highs? Yeah, this is all-time highs. That is insane. It's absolutely insane. We're gonna need to look at like a 4-hour or something like this. Yeah, this would be my first location. So where is that? 15,069. I wouldn't mind a dip to 14.7.5. Maybe 14.6. You got expanding volatility. That's what we call a Y wave in Ichimoku. So expanding volatility, but then we're kind of drifting a little bit sideways. This might fade a little bit short term. So I prefer a decent pullback on this one here. I would probably say 15 would probably be the earliest, but I'd look for a little bit deeper to 14.8. Yeah. I'm not sure if you get access in the Nifty to time and sales, but yeah. Which sectors do you see are displaying strength? I don't know. I don't have access to all the sectors. I'm just looking at the Nifty right now. But short term, it looks like it might fade a little bit, and then I think it'll probably get bought. But the expanding volatility, yeah, it's a big expansion volatility to the upside and the downside. Like, look at the pullbacks. Bigger, we might see a bigger one. And it kind of has displayed this before, like makes new high, pullback, marginal new high, and then sell off. Makes new high, marginal pullback, marginal new high. So potential, you might see a potential rip on this one here. If you do see a rip, then let's say you buy a pullback and then you do see this kind of just massive sell-off. Just take your loss quickly on this one there and then wait for it to stabilize. Watch the order flow, watch the time and sales, watch your dome. And then when you see a really strong kind of push, increase in volume and things like that, then that would be a time to reload. But yeah, that's what I'm seeing on this one here. So, okay, I got to wrap it up. I got to do live trading for the members right now. So I hope you guys enjoyed this session here. I hope you guys got some decent plays for today. Remember, we got Mara. We're looking at Bitcoin. We got Mara. We got SOS. CBAT's patient on this one here. Tilray on dips. Free on dips. And whatever that other one was, I'm trying to think. Oh yeah, UUUU, the uranium place. So with that being said, good luck trading today. If you guys enjoyed this, hit that like button. We appreciate it. I do this for free. I don't get paid for this. So this is what we do Monday through Thursday for our live trading class masterclass members. So I hope to see you there. Other than that, members, I'll see you in the live trading room very soon. Good luck trading today. Go make some money, and I'll see you.